Hey everybody, is this thing recording? Apparently on the iPhone the volume buttons change whether or not it's recording or not. Uh, News to me, and I've had an iPhone for a while now. Okay, so Kaldness Trap, another fantastic update. This right now being the my current nemesis in this filtration system. And again, those of you that are just checking in, the issue is when I originally designed this, I designed the water level to be at my finger. The tip of this crown, the water level was supposed to be just at the bottom of that tip. So I had full flow all the way down the ramp, hitting all this and causing all that to rotate. Now I'm still getting the rotation because I'm still getting the water flow, I'm still getting the effect, and I actually, because this is the first time I tried to bend acrylic, this is an imperfect bend. It actually is kind of cantered to one side, and if you look at the very back here, the back is actually how I would want it to be. It's almost, well, the water level is just a tad high, but that's basically how it should be. And you can see how the water level hits and just causes that little area to go crazy, which is what the desired effect is. Anyway, I've tried all kinds of crazy things to lower this. The issue being that once I put the waterfall in, I added the rock, the fake rock. It changed the water level a little bit, and then the coldness is so light that it actually wants to get sucked into the water flow of that down in the very back corner. What comes up through the waterfall, it wants to get sucked in there, so it's actually kind of stuck against the grate. So that's creating a backup in and of itself, because it's basically plugging the hole. So these little things that I just didn't know to expect for have all caused this water level to change. So what did I do? I went and bought some glass drill bits from Bosch and started drilling into this piece of glass here. Now, actually, this piece of glass might be mistake number one. Everything else, as far as my bellows, are acrylic. And I did this in glass and the waterfall in glass. And ironically, that's what I would love to be able to just manipulate and cut, and I can't because I did it in glass. Why did I do it in glass? Because it was basically cheaper. 50 bucks for a sheet of acrylic, or $3 for it to be the glass, sheet of glass, and the glass to be cut for me, and the glass to be sanded for me to my measurements and everything else. So 3, 6, 9, it was $9 altogether to get this done for the glass, or 50 bucks for a sheet of acrylic, and I kind of had to do it all myself. So I just thought, what the hell, I do it in glass. Now I'm kind of wishing I hadn't. Alright, so I bought some drill bits, started drilling, and had some holes going to try and relieve the water pressure. Real quick, let's say hi to my little turtle here who's trying desperately to get my attention. That is Rocket. He is our rescue turtle. Okay, back to this. So, yeah, I went through drilling it, and I got to here, this bottom corner here, and when I was drilling, I was pushing, and I got through, and when I got through, I jerked and basically smashed the glass and caused a crack. So the crack came all the way down. It actually goes here and then back into the waterfall, and then here and straight down. I'm like, oh, fantastic, I broke the bellow. That's awesome. Now the crack wasn't enough to really change anything in the system. There's just too much water pressure behind it, and the crack is just too small. So more or less just pissed me off than anything. So I got out a wrench and I just busted it out. It didn't bust out through the whole crack. It kind of went up this angle there, whatever. I siliconed a piece of acrylic on it, and then diced a bunch of holes in the acrylic to try and get some of the water pressure out. And if you guys go back to my previous videos, the water level was almost up to here. So I was able to bring it down. It's so close, but it's just not there. And without actually gutting the system, which I'm already convinced I'm going to do, I just don't know when. So I will gut the system and do this right. The fact that I have broken glass in here now and silicone acrylic, all this patchwork, band-aids on top of band-aids, just is annoying to me. So I will be gutting it and doing it right. Right now, I just want to get the thing working for the time being. So, I came up with an idea. My idea is to pinch this into a more narrow area to where I don't get this dead spot of Kaldness. And I have this huge clump of Kaldness right here because it's all trying to escape through the holes I cut. So this is what I got. I got some pipes that I had drilled for random things that I had done in the past. This was actually a crappy attempt at a spray bar. It's just been taking up space. I just haven't thrown it away because, well, like now I decided I was going to use it. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this bad boy in here. Okay. Get that guy down. That is pretty much almost going to rest right on its own, as long as I don't mess with it too much. Let's see here. Alright. It fits. I move the weight of this causes the clogged Kaldness to get away from the holes I cut. So I have more flow there. That in itself lowers the water line. And no clogging. So this idea has worked. They're still clogging back here, I can see. It's the first time I've thrown this in there. I just had this idea. I just went down to the barn and cut this pipe up. So I can still see pieces of Kaldness clogged in there from the force of the water escaping the grate there. But now I just have basically a pipe pushing it all down. And it seems to have done the trick. I'm going to actually switch it up here in just a second. Alright, the back is staying up because, as I said, this is cantered. My bend here is cantered. And it's not this bend that's cantered, it's that bend. So this actually has a lean to it and a couple... it's cantered... Oh, how do I don't even know how to really show it with my hand. But anyway, the gap there is smaller than the gap here. That's all I'm trying to get at. And down there it's lower, and this is higher. So it's cantered in this, geez, look these. It's cantered in this direction, and it's cantered in that direction, if that makes sense. So the back one is just resting in there nicely. The front one has enough space that it'll actually go all the way down. We don't want that to happen. So alright, so that's my current fix. A silly little pipe resting on there, causing the water to just kind of flow the way I want it to. And it seems to be agitating the Kaldness pretty well right now. So, there we go. After all that goofy nonsense, my current fix is just a stupid piece of 1-inch diameter PVC pipe thrown across this. Again, I'm going to gut this thing out, and I will... What I'm going to do first is I'm going to try and find somebody that does acrylic work or glass work, because I would like to have the glass graded like that. Now, I did that job with a saw, and a saw and acrylic it just looks, it's awful, and it's not real precise. So if I could find somebody that does glass work or acrylic work, so I don't care if that bellow was glass or acrylic. Originally, I was having issues with silicone until I found a silicone that bonds acrylic to glass extremely, and is extremely strong. Before that, I was doing glass versus glass, and it was cheaper. So if I can find something that I can get basically professionally done, get it made, that's when I'll gut the system. That's kind of what I'm hinging when I gut the system, is based on me finding somebody that can do glass work or acrylic work to make it look professional, so it doesn't look sloppy or crappy. And then I think what I'm going to do is I will have half of it be graded like an overflow, and I will still have the vent at the bottom and the waterfall. So I'll do the whole waterfall, water flowing up and water flowing over the grate. So I kind of have two exits of water, but one centered waterfall, instead of having the whole thing be overflow. That's kind of my idea. That could easily change here in the future, I'm not sure. But it all hinges on me being able to find somebody to actually handle glass or acrylic in a manner that they could do that evenly and professionally, like you would buy an overflow box with nice even grates in it. So the other option I had thought of was just getting a piece of acrylic and then buying an overflow box and just kind of matching the two of them up, but I just don't want to do that. So here's my fix. It seems to be working. So for now, yeah, I have a very goofy Band-Aid that is working incredibly well. That is exactly the response I want. The Kaldness to float up, hit the current, and get pushed back down. Alright guys, well, that's my update for now. hopefully all my mistakes kind of help you guys when you guys are doing something, you know, something similar, or you want to make your own filter. You guys can learn from my mistakes and help mold that into a system of your own. Or hey, you guys want to do something different, just understand the you'll have a understanding of the pains, you know, like things to watch out for. Things I didn't think of was like the Kaldness getting sucked into the, you know, down at the bottom. I don't know if you can, I think I showed it in a different video, but down at the bottom there, I don't even know if you can see it, but the Kaldness is just super clumped against this grate that's on the inside there, you know, and that backed up the water. For some reason, even though the glass is right here and the foam is right there, it backs up the water. So little things to, you know that help make projects, you know, easier in the future. Don't be so precise with water lines. Give yourself some leeway, and give yourself leeway in the direction of ease. So is it easier to cut away acrylic or glass, or is it easier to add a fake rock to help back up water? Well, it's easier to add fake rock to help back up water, so make the water line lower than what you're going to expect, or than what you want, so you have room to play with stuff like that. These are all things that I have coming to learn. But yes, I will gut this, and I will put in a new wall here. If I have somebody professional do this wall, I will also have somebody professional do this bend in this wall. So I will literally take out everything but this piece. I vacuumed the sand out before and replaced it. That's easy to do. Just time consuming, and all this is easy to do. It's just time consuming. It's going to be a pain in the butt, moving the sand, moving the rocks, draining it. It's not, again, not a big deal, just or hard, just time consuming. So that's my fix, guys, and just tried it with all you watching, and it seems to be working. But it seems to work perfectly. I've still got a little bit of a clumping going on here. Can you guys see that? See the Kaldness is kind of rotating. That's okay. That actually might just be because I just set it in there. I'll turn the system off and actually knock that stuff away from the grates, and it might not clump. I'm not sure. We'll see. But alright guys, this has been almost a 20-minute update, so I'm going to stop talking, get to cooking some dinner for myself, and we'll chat with y'all later. Take care.